Welcome to Cryptotherapy, your safe space to untangle the wild world of digital coins. Whether you're a crypto newbie or a blockchain believer, we've got you covered. Now, let's count down the top 5 cryptos you need to know. Number 5, BNB, Binance Coin. This one's the VIP pass to Binance perks and lower trading fees. Number 4, XRP, Ripple. Big banks love it, and so do fast transactions. Number 3, USDT, Tether, a stablecoin. No wild price swings here, just good old dollar vibes. Number 2, ETH, Ethereum, the king of smart contracts, NFTs, and decentralized apps. Number 1, BTC, Bitcoin, the OG, the legend, the digital gold. No surprises here, folks. Stick around for more Cryptotherapy, where we make crypto fun, easy, and stress-free. Smash that like and subscribe. See you next time.
All right. Good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Cryptotherapy. Damn, everybody being quiet tonight. We got a special guest in the motherfucking house, dog. I'm going to just introduce him. This is the man, the myth, the motherfucking legend. The one that knows the fucking ratios. And we still trying to figure that shit out, but the shit worked, trust me. Uncle Buster. Round of applause, Uncle Buster.
What's up with you, bro, man? Salute, man. Appreciate you.
Man, what's up, guys?
Man, it's an honor,
good to
man.
be here.
Respect, man. Appreciate it, man. You've been turned down by a lot of people, man, so we appreciate you sliding through on us, man. So, that's what's happening.
Yeah, I don't mean talk shit about people, but I'm going to talk shit about people.
I'm not. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Somebody set me up last week. I was like, fuck you, punk. Oh, damn. I didn't say that out loud. I'm just kidding to my boy, Dual Citizen. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Dual shot you down?
Yeah, nah, he was going to show up, but he got sick. So,
he got sick. I'll say that's some gay shit, Dual. What up?
That part.
You're going to be like, what the hell y'all busted me for?
Yeah, it feels weird,
what's
like
up, man?
popping on later at night, but yeah, it's cool to be here, man.
Why does it feel weird?
I don't know, because I normally, like Sunday, extra bullish and coffee time is a morning thing.
Yeah, but sometimes that shit go into the night, though. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be on.
Sometimes, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and then y'all got boardroom on Tuesday night, so it's kind of, it's not the same.
Yeah.
This ain't live right now, but.
Yeah. Is Nina here? Or is Nina even here? Or did she show up?
Oh my God, you guys, I've been on mute the whole damn time. I was like, oh, thank you, B. Thank you for coming on. And it seemed like you were answering me. That's just funny.
I was just talking shit because you haven't said anything yet. I didn't know you were on mute.
My God. Okay, so let me just say this shit again. Oh my God. Buster, thank you so much for coming on. That's all the shit I was saying. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming and hang out with us.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I'm gonna let y'all go into. Let me put a little bit of background music in here, make it sexy.
It's already sexy. You don't hear it? I like this. You want to make it more sexy? Okay.
Yeah. So everybody ask your questions to Buster. I'm gonna just be quiet on this one, dog.
What?
Ask Buster some questions.
Okay. Well, Buster's just hanging out, Buster. But we are already familiar with you. But this is for our audience that may not know these things about you. So we want to ask the general question that usually people start with. But I'll put a little. Well, no. You know what? What year did you get into crypto, B?
Oh shoot! I got in crypto 2017, and feeling that beat.
What month was it?
October.
Yeah, there you go. What month?
It was like October 1st, so I got in before that December, January bull run. But my brother-in-law was mining Bitcoin probably 2016. So I started understanding a little bit from him. And then he starts rebuilding a computer. He built up a computer to he's a gamer, but he also wanted to mine. So I'm like, damn, that he must be making some money doing that. And then I knew the price. I think Bitcoin at that time was under $1,000. It was like 700, 800. Then it sort of went away.
That's when I seen it.
Yeah, and then it popped on the radar at like 13, 14. I'm like, damn, that shit was like 700, $800 6 months ago. And then I didn't pull the trigger yet. Sort of forgot about it. And then summertime, like of 17, I remember because my business, I was in it. I'm in and out of grocery stores. I owned a route, and people in the back room were like, "Bitcoin's 3,700." I was like, "What?" I'm all 1,300. She's all, "No, 3,700." I'm like, "What the fuck? How does that happen?" Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I knew I was on. I was at the point where, you know, I didn't know about dollar cost averaging and all this shit, but I knew that I couldn't let it get to 10 grand. Like, if I wanted to get one, I better pull the trigger. So a couple weeks, it was like, I think it was like 4,076 when I bought Bitcoin first. And that was my first purchase. I bought one full Bitcoin, and then, you see like base. I'm like, damn, I could get like 100 of these bitches. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm already doing the
You're bottoming out. Can you pull your mic a little closer? You're bottoming out a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I think it's my cord.
Oh, yeah. That sounds better.
Zerker would be on my ass if he heard that.
Yeah, man.
Is that better?
Shout out, Zerker.
Yeah, I thought about it. I just to say
that. He was on my shoulder.
Fix your mic, motherfucker. Shout out to Zerk.
Shout out to Zerk.
You next, Zerk was on?
Nah,
Zerk's next.
No.
Hey, I'm trying to be nonchalant with y'all in the morning when we talk about this shit. But the back of my
mind,
like,
bottoming out too.
Dates.
You hear my Fuma? Your mic is bottoming out. Okay.
I'm bottoming out too?
Yeah.
Sound like you backed up or something. It is what it is, y'all. See, we just
Are you serious?
No, you sound good now.
How's it now?
Yeah, it's just when you rock back.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so we
all right. Now, Buster, you mentioned that you had a business or something before you were doing crypto. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I was like grocery store. So I mean, I was a manager. I was every manager in a grocery store, and then I knew I didn't want to. They wanted me to go like upper management, like leave the union, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to stay in the union, just because you're like salary, all the holidays. So it's bad enough. But then I got into vending. I bought a Mission Tortilla route in 2005. And with those routes, they're like franchises. So you actually buy the territory in all the accounts. And then it's like a built-in business. So I got into that, and then that just started progressing and getting more and getting more. And then finally I left the grocery business. I don't know. Shit, it's probably been like 5-6 years now.
Oh, okay.
And then I sold my route 2022. Right before the first moon party, I sold my route. And I just, been doing the YouTube thing, taking care of the kids, and that's about it. But yeah, I don't miss I was good at it, but I don't miss it.
Okay.
I wasn't built to slang tortillas, even though I could slang the shit out of tortillas. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, then crypto, it was sort of like a calling. You're like, I've never felt the need to learn so fast.
That's what I was gonna ask you is, when you got in crypto and you really looked at it for yourself, what made you say this is it? What was that moment?
I think when I bought the Bitcoin, I knew I was onto something. But then after I bought Bitcoin, then I identified XR. It was Ripple when I bought XRP. It was actually called Ripple. But when I identified Ripple and I started reading up on it, I fucking knew. I was like, holy shit, this thing is a monster.
What about it
So
though?
I
What about it? Specifically
I
said, holy shit, this can change my fucking
I
life.
think just the whole payment systems, and you learn about how the banks are sending money, and you learn about the Ripple and the ILP and how they're writing. Back then, the old verbiage was a lot of stuff you see now. The old verbiage was like X, what was it? X current,
Mm-hmm.
X via, and
X Rapid.
X rapid, right? So X current was them upgrading the messaging system and sending payments through the legacy, but they could track the payments, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not using X rapid was when they flip over to XRP and actually settle, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they save all the banks even more money. But even before that, bro, when I just read about Ripple, I think it was 3 summaries. I was like, damn, that's huge, bro. Like it was more than Bitcoin. To me, it was just like a fucking clear ass solution. You're like,
How
oh man, yeah,
long?
this is big. How long?
How
What?
how long after you learned about Bitcoin did you get into Ripple XRP?
Fuck. I'd say 2 3 weeks.
Okay.
Mm.
But I needed to find Bitcoin because you ain't gonna find XRP.
Mm,
I'll
mm-hmm.
find a
Back
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin.
then, back then you ain't finding no
You're
Ripple.
so right. You are right
If you
about
don't
that.
find Bitcoin, bro, you can't even. Because it took me
You,
literally like a
you're gonna
week.
see Bitcoin first, yeah.
Yeah. Now you could. I mean, now there's people that get in, but I mean, you couldn't buy Ripple on exchanges then. You know,
Mm.
because it took
The
me
real
literally like
OG.
a week. It took a week. I finally got Kraken, and I sent Bitcoin to Kraken, and I think I bought like $200 worth.
Let me ask you a
But
good question.
I knew that transaction was I knew that was it, man. Keep doing this, rinse and
Okay.
repeat.
Yep.
Let me ask you a good question. When you first got in, who did you have um, to kind of bounce ideas off of about this new crypto computer internet money, funny money as they call
Good
it? Who did you have?
question.
Who did you have to go back and forth with that? Which is with yourself.
Um, Not many people, because Zerk didn't get in until 2020, so I damn near turned the whole mission plant onto crypto. So
But so what I'm asking is,
one of my boys at Mission, uh, Corvette Ken, that's his name on YouTube. Uh, I got him in probably a month after me, and then it just
okay,
started going. Then next, there's like 6 7 8 drivers. When we're all pulling our loads. But that's why I sort of needed to get on YouTube too, because I needed to be around like-minded people. But that was later on, because you could feel to me, I could feel the matrix like pushing on me because I didn't have enough like-minded people around me.
Mm.
I was
Mm.
basically on an island by myself, because even when
that's
I
what I'm
go in the
asking.
store, yeah,
That's what
everybody
I'm
wanted to
asking.
know what I know. So it was either red pill or crypto. So when I go hit the tortilla rack, there'd be people flocking, or like the receiver would be like, yo, so and so's looking for you from the deli, from the bakery, whatever. But when I'm starting to do my shit, people would just come around to ask me red pill questions or crypto questions.
Okay.
Mm.
So
And
so
that was
just oh sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and that was like Trump Hillary days too. So the liberals, you just get them on crypto, man. That's all I do. I want to fuck with them on no red pill shit. But
Yeah.
I'll get a liberal on some crypto, and then let them fucking check that out a little bit.
Okay.
But
So just to clarify, you were into crypto before you got on YouTube.
oh yeah,
Okay. Okay.
when I showed up on YouTube, my bag's already packed,
Okay.
been packed. Yeah, so that's why I didn't even YouTube was just
Shit,
like
me too. Shit.
Mhm.
YouTube was a vent, like just me.
When I
I don't
came to
know. Like,
Vegas, when I came to Vegas, you know, if I couldn't have bought another crypto when I flew to Vegas, I was good. I told my cousin today, I said, shit, man, if they want to do this thing today, man, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead though, my bad, bro. You know how I am, Buster, man. You
yeah,
know,
because
cut off King from
I
back
was
in the day.
already,
You know what I'm talking about?
I was already in uh, shit, I don't even know when I got on YouTube. 2021. I got on 2021. Zerk was already going with his
I
channel.
just got in.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I needed to meet, people like Bags because Bags shit's packed. We don't talk
Mm-hmm.
about what we have, but you just know people with like. I told Zerk this one day, like, we could have a 5 minute conversation. I'm gonna know if you have fucking 50,000 of them or 1,000 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There
Right,
generally
right.
you can figure shit out. Like, this dude, but I needed to be around people that had more skin in the game because nobody went as hard as me that I knew personally. And even then, after down the line, like I just brought on All Street Bets with Bluminati to do LPs, but he worked in grocery outlet, but he was in when I was in because he told me about XLM.
Mm.
When I bought Ripple, All Street Bets told me about XLM, and then now he just joined Team Blue with Bluminati for LPs, but he was a guy that, and then he got in the style business that I am. He left grocery outlet and started doing routes. But
Oh, okay.
it's just funny the way stuff happens, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of Bluminati, we know that that is your meme coin. And what actually made you do Bluminati?
Good
Um,
question.
I want to do something
Spit
like
it out, Buster. Spit it out. No, I'm playing.
Don't be rushing, B.
I, I wanted to do
I'm
like
fucking with you, man.
I wanted to do like a community coin or something, and just get something that people could all get behind, like everyone get behind. Because I see Blue Crews on other people's channels, and they're like dropping people's YouTube channels and all this. I was like, man, let's get something we could all sort of
Mm-hmm.
get behind. That was my first intent. But once I started recognizing, the AMMs and the LP pools, I was like, damn, yeah, this shit is there's a lot there.
Yes. Yes, it
So
is.
I've learned a lot in the last shit. I don't know how it's been like 5 months since I created that coin.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the name and all that was from Bagman. Bagman sort of set up.
Shout out, Bagman.
Yeah,
Shout
shout out
out
to
to the
Bags, man.
bag, man.
He sort of set up the
Hope to have
whole
you soon,
icon,
bro.
the thumbnail from just listening to GDLT. So it's sort of like a community
Hey,
thing,
shout out
So
G, man.
shout
Shout
out to
out
G too.
GDLT.
Hey, G is a
Those
hidden
deep reds.
gem in this community, man. For shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a lot of that is all from G Show, like, and then Bag puts his little
Let's
thing
go.
on what he
Let's
thinks, and
go.
then now I'm
Salute.
just sort of taking it to where what can we do with all that. So I got some good
Let's
Mm.
go.
ideas coming up.
I,
But
I am very happy that you that you made Bluminati. I have taken part in Bluminati. I got me some, so I think you guys
Same
should
here, bro.
should hit
I'm broke, man.
Buster
Y'all let me
up
hold some shit.
for some
hey, listen,
Bluminati.
man. Hey, these dips, man, these meetups, man, is breaking me, man. So let me hold something, man.
yeah,
Get you
Everybody
exactly.
get
started
you
turning to
guys
Buster. I'm
some.
like, damn, these meetups starting to cost, man.
Yeah. But you know what? So I'm gonna be honest about that. Um, and of course, we being serious when we say that, but we also joking at the same time. So it's a 50-50 thing. And it's the reason these meetups are so important is exactly what Buster's explaining right now. And Fuma know what I'm gonna say, and Nina do too. But you get an opportunity to meet people just talking on the phone with different people that's in crypto. You think about the 11-hour conversation me and Nina had. So just being around people like that in person, right?
Yeah,
And getting to
yeah.
9 times out of 10, you may not even talk about crypto. You're just talking about regular life because we talk about crypto all the time and we see each other all the time, right? So, you know, it's dope. Those
Yeah.
meetups are dope because you get to collab with people in person that 5-6 years ago you never would have even thought of. You know, you'd walk right past these people. So that's the beauty of it for me.
Straight up. And we're like 2 weeks out, man, to the day, April
For shit show.
26th.
To the moon
Moon
party.
I'm about to start
Party.
packing. I'm about to start packing.
Yeah, it's yeah, because even before YouTube, like I've got like 90. I know I had a list. It was like 85, 90 people. You know, I just put names in my notes, and the next you know, I'd see somebody. Oh yeah, I got them in, and then add to it. I was about 85, 90 like people that I personally got in. So I was already doing like a lot of the shit I was doing on YouTube, you know. And then it sort of took it sort of took me speaking on Berserker was doing Crypto Night Live. And then I would just call in, you know, and just support his show, right? So I'd be calling in. I'd be in my backyard drinking, you know, whatever, call in. But finally he came over because he had the coffee time idea, and he's like, bro, you know, you got to listen to yourself. And then I listened to myself. I was like, damn, man, I'm spitting fire on that shit. What up? You know what I'm saying? You know, but it was really the same lingo that is why I got 90 people, because 90 people is a lot.
Oh, it is.
You know, to get 90 people in, that's a lot of fucking people, right? So
definitely.
And that was in like a 3-year span. I don't know what it is now. That's why I was like, okay, maybe we're going to impact people at a greater scale. But
and think of the 90 people that got other people in.
It's hard to get one.
Yeah,
it's hard to get one.
Listen, I got 35. I talked to 35 people about it. Only like I think 3 or 4 out of the 35 got in.
I done talked to about 1,000, if not. I done talked to over 1,000 people about crypto, and I'm not capping. I'm serious.
I talked about 50, 60. I talked about
good.
50, 60, and I got one who I feel like I'm Darth Sidious, and he's my smaller Sith. Like this dude Alex, shout
out Alex.
Shout out Alex, man.
And so I don't know if I told you a story, Buster, but I was coming home from hanging out with some people, and I took an Uber because I don't like to drink and drive. So I'm hammered.
Drinking and driving is legal in the daytime, though, right?
Maybe in California.
Only in California.
It must have been nighttime. I got it.
Oh, here we go again, y'all. I got to say this one thing real quick. Here we go again.
There you go.
This is another show with 4 California-born. We don't all live right now. But
that's right.
Yeah,
man.
Here we go again, y'all.
So Buster, I had to give him the question. I'm sitting in there, I'm looking at the stars out the back of his car like this. I say, man, I got a question for you. He's like, what's up? I'm like, do you want to be rich or do you want to be poor? If you want to be rich, I could tell you something. But if you want to be poor, just say, nah, I want to be poor. We ain't got to have this conversation. And he was like, man, I want to be rich. I said, everything I tell you now, when we stop the car, I'm going to write it down for you. And you go research it, I guarantee you by the next day, you're going to be calling me. So I said, if you go research it, what I give you, you're going to be calling me. So I spit everything, talk about XRP, Ripple, Swift, banks, ISO standards. Boom, I'm just hitting them with it. And then he drops me off. I write it down for him on a piece of paper. And I'm faded. I write it down. I go to the crib. I said, well, God, I did my part. I don't feel guilty about doing anything I do. Man, I passed out on the couch. I look up. My phone says John Doe is calling you. I'm like, who the fuck is John Doe? I just hung up the phone. I didn't even pick it up. I just put it back down. Next day, dude calls me. He's like, man, this is Alex. Man, I dropped you off yesterday. I'm like, what's up? He's like, bro, you got to put me on. I did all that research you said in the car. So
XPR. That XPR.
XPR was always the one.
Right.
Always the one.
You know,
hey, former faded, so he put the P before the R to the R before the P. You know what I'm saying?
So I
Wrong
gave
one, wrong one. No, playing. Abort. No, playing.
So the dude, I was like, he called me one day because I was telling him to get cold storage wallet, tell him what to do. And dude went from no wallet to an Ellie Pal. I was like, bro, how you gonna hop in a Lambo and you forgot about
Talk
all the rest of
about
the car?
it.
He went straight to the Lambo.
That's
And then kept going. So last week
dope.
he came over my spot in
This
Melbourne.
dope right here. This dope.
And man, we sat up from, I swear to God, it was from 9 to 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going over DeFi with him, making him set up warm storage wallets. And then the entire time I'm showing him stuff. I'm like, oh, I can't show you that because you ain't get a ledger. I'm like, because you ain't get a ledger. You got a decent. So, man, me and him talked all night. He was like, he says, Zeddy, he's like, yo, I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family. I was like, okay.
Wow.
I was just like this, bro. You know how we get. You know how crypto guys are. I'm smoking a black. You know how I do it. I'm like, Buster, I was like, okay. Okay. But yeah, I feel like I'm a Sith and he's the apprentice, but he's sucking up all the game, bro. He's sucking.
Yeah. And that shows you that's why you can't cater to like for that guy to go get an Elipal, that shows you what you could do, what you're capable of doing when you're motivated, right? But I think we as XRP people cater to the unmotivated too much. Like, you can see him a month later be like, hey man, oh man, yeah, I looked up Uphold, man. I couldn't figure that out. Shut the fuck up, you lazy ass.
Yeah,
You
man.
looked up shit, bro. Get the fuck
That
out of
part
here.
right
You know
there,
what I'm
man.
What you want to figure out. You're right.
You got Cash App, you got Venmo on your phone. You can't figure out Uphold. Give me a break, bro.
Well, look how hard it is to download these video games these days.
There you go. Talk about it.
You see what I'm saying? But you can't do crypto? Okay, whatever.
Because my best was this 7-Up dude. He was a 7-Up vendor where they'd come in and just fill. But he had a Hellcat, right? He sold some shit on the side, like little gangster, bro. Like, he's a hustler, right? 7-Up was like the fucking was like
Cover
the cover up, right?
Cover.
So then he comes up, he's all, yo, Buster, check this out. And he's like, he's driving a Hellcat to work. And then he shows me his Rolex. And he already knows I'm in crypto, right? And he's ignoring the message. I'm like, man, sell that shit immediately and get some zerps, bro. You're fucking tripping.
Right.
I'm probably the only dude on earth that would tell him that, right? Because it's a Rolex. I'm gonna sell that shit immediately and stick it in zerps, bro. You'll be a billionaire. And then over time, he ended up getting in crypto. But, sometimes you gotta hurt people's feelings or hurt their ego. You know what? He came in on the Doge realm, like the Doge.
Okay.
But he did get some XRP, but he wasn't he didn't take off into XRP, but then he got in. I'd come in after I quit. I came in, I ran into them and they were all on the NFT kick. They're like hardcore NFT people now. I'm like, damn, man, you guys weren't even fucking with crypto. But it's good. So
okay. All right, B. So you got those 90 people where they were strictly how many of those people were family members?
Family, probably like 10.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, probably like 10.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, immediate family?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 10. My brother-in-law got it. My parents, neighbors. But like 10, 15. Family, and then outside of that was just like... A lot of it has to do with my job, because my job, I'd have multiple stores a day. So... and then everyone, I get the receiver on it. I just get the receiver, and then the receiver start talking to people. So when I come back, the receiver's like, you better talk to this dude because he's the one that fucking, because they're going to have all these questions. And then it just sort of spurred into that.
Okay.
But before I talked about All Street Bets and I didn't mean to bring up Bluminati that quick, but I was just doing it because he was an early guy. And then I just happened to call him like a few months ago. But I'm like, yeah, and he knows a lot of shit. But we were different. Like I was more hodler, new coins. He's a big flare guy. He understands AMM LPs. Like I'd say LP, I'm like 8th grade, 9th grade. You know, he's like a college dude, right? And then you have the uppers,
Good analogy.
the masters of it. Yeah. But and Nina knows, like we were up in the DGen spaces.
Oh my God.
In the morning, listen to Ooga.
Ooga. Yes.
But
shout out Ooga.
Shout out to
yeah,
Ooga,
the biggest thing for
man.
YouTube was I needed to find like-minded people, and I think Bags is probably one of the first like-minded people, especially on the consciousness tip, like you know, super conscious.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't have that, and then that just spurred in like Zerker getting on YouTube was a key part to this little journey I'm on, because I get Zerk in crypto in 2020. And he's a lucky son of a bitch too, because it was like 11 cents when he got in. So,
Ooh.
you know, so he started off with this fucking decent amount. And then he goes on. I think computer's a big part of it, because I was never a computer guy. And then I bought I bought a new computer. I'm on, man, let me up my computer game, because I didn't fucking use a computer at all. I bought a computer, got a Gala node, and then he goes on his little journey through the YouTube and starts getting wrenches on channels. And then he starts hooking up with Bags. And then, you know, me, Bags, and G all have Gala nodes.
Okay, so let's not pass that. I didn't have that's a big thing.
A Gala node, you know, because they got a Gala node. Then you're like, oh, you got a Gala node too? Because, you know, and then I'm like, damn, man, we're just all thinking the same. We're on that same wavelength, you know.
Can you please educate our people and tell us what it takes to have a node? You better get a Gala node.
A Gala node doesn't take a lot, but the computer I had before wasn't cooking. Like,
okay.
I just went out and bought but Gala is actually a simpler, a more simple node. Like I set up my Gala node, and I'm not a computer guy, but
and
I got better with
amount
computer.
of Gala that you have to have a node, correct?
So when I bought my node, it was a certain amount of Gala.
Okay.
But now they sort of so I bought mine. I think it was $4,700. But you needed Gala to buy the node, so Gala took off to like fucking 10 cents. But that inflated the price of the nodes, and then Gala slowly comes back down, and it gets to like, because it was like 15 grand, and I waited, and it got down to 4,700, and I bought the damn node. Well, now every 100 nodes that come online, it goes up like $500. Okay. So now Gala node's like over 100 grand.
Jesus.
See? Ooh.
That's why GDLT got 2 Gala nodes. That's why he waiting on them to put the system in where he could sell one.
That's right. So that's
in the words of the Wire, the price of the brick has gone up.
Yeah, it's gone up.
Talk about it.
Price of the brick is going up.
So, Buster, I want to, you know how you were like, you know, you give props to Zerker for actually getting you on YouTube. I have to give you your flowers, because if it wasn't for Coffee Time in Boardroom, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube. I started out going on Coffee Time. I popped in, and I just want to say thank you for having that show. That got me started. Hence, you're on our show. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's like the plague.
I didn't set out to do YouTube at all. Marvin and I felt the same way. Like, we did not.
Shots fired at Marvin. I thought Marvin talked to you into getting on YouTube. Shots fired. That didn't play.
No, that's how I started with Buster. Like, come on, man. Even before Navigator. Like,
no. Now, you know I joke all the time. I don't care how you get in the game. I don't care how you got in crypto. I'm just glad you're here. I don't care. And this to everybody. I don't care how you advance in life, period. If you're advancing and you're happy, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it doesn't
man.
matter. I don't, it ain't about taking credit for doing this or doing that. It's just getting everybody to come and see what we got going on and give them a lane to say, yes, I want to be involved, or no, that's not for me. So that's
Exactly.
how I started.
Exactly.
That's how I am in life, period. I want to show you what I'm doing. And if you don't want to be involved, then that's cool. But I don't want you to be able to come back to me and say why you didn't say nothing, because I did.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So
No, they don't. You don't have to be involved, but you're going to be a customer, so
for
you're going
shit
to be
show.
involved one way or the other.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
Mm-hmm.
well,
but
I said this today. Folks are using XLM right now, Stellar, and they don't even know it. If you're using um
Western Union.
uh
Mm-hmm.
the other one, not Western, the other one,
MoneyGram?
uh
No,
MoneyGram,
MoneyGram.
MoneyGram.
Yes.
yeah. So you using the shit. Hey man, I want the pics in the show, so I can sell you that shit while you going up the mountain to look for the gold.
Yes,
That's crazy.
yes. So any newbie that is coming across this channel that has not came across Uncle Buster's channel, his name behind him is what you'll see when you look for him in search, Uncle Buster.
I'll put
And
a
you could
link in
go
the
to,
chat.
he has coffee time and boardroom. Coffee time is at 11 a.m., 11:05 a.m. and on Sundays, and boardroom is Tuesdays at 5:55 p.m. all Pacific time. So
And
please
coffee
catch
time
him.
is right after extra bullet shower, y'all.
Yes, it
That's right.
is.
That's what
I'll
Extra
put
spice it
bullish
up.
hour, 10:05 PST, and we call it 2 hours of crypto church, man, back to back.
That's how I found these
Extra
cats,
Let's
bullish
man.
let's talk about
coffee time.
that. Crypto church. Crypto
Yeah.
church is I call bullish hour Sunday school and coffee time crypto church and then boardroom Bible study.
Yeah.
Straight
And
up.
then,
Yep.
and then now we got cryptotherapy. You dig what I'm saying?
Talk
the
about
therapy
it.
side.
Hey, everybody need as much
Crypto
crypto as they can get,
therapy.
but I guarantee you, everybody need more therapy than anything.
Yes,
That's
yes.
where you said, Nina, like you got on YouTube because of coffee time or
Mhm.
just getting on. But I think that's also shows because I didn't get on YouTube for any. I didn't have like, oh, I want to get on YouTube in this. I did have some expectations, right? And YouTube's will break your heart because you ain't moving nowhere fast on YouTube, right? It's fucking a slow process.
Yeah,
But
talk about
Forgot
it.
about that, bro. Yeah.
Hold
yeah,
on, hold on. Let me stop y'all because I gotta say this. This is to the people that's expecting anything fast out of any part of life.
I have it, dog.
Anything that you get fast or go away fast. And the
Mm.
more people that you have, I'd rather have 300 or 30 people that's really rocking with me than 300,000 that don't really give a fuck about me. You
Oh,
feel what I'm
talk
saying?
about it, B.
It ain't always about the damn
Marby.
numbers. You feel what I'm saying? So stop looking for the instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? And just, ask God what he got for you and let him give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Accept what you got coming. And
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
looking at everybody else because everybody else ain't happy either, y'all. I hate to tell
Mm.
y'all that. I'm gonna tell y'all something. We know people in this space right now, that their portfolios say millions, right?
Mm-hmm.
The feeling that they have inside of them ain't changed from when they shit was saying hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands. They got used to that too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The money don't make you. You make the money. Remember, the money just a
Exactly.
damn tool, y'all.
Exactly.
My bad.
Now, Buster, I would like you to give us a brief description of how ratios work. We know you are the ratio
Ooh, let's go.
father.
Hold on. Before you break this
We
shit
the
down,
ratio
I
king.
Let's
need you to
go.
take it slow. Take it slow. Because you done explained it to
Let
me
me.
at least 30 times and I still ain't got the shit right.
Okay.
I need you to slow it
I'll
down.
probably do a short, man. Let me check out. We're gonna use Zebic because Zebic is like
You want
Yes.
to share the screen? You want to share the screen?
no.
So
I just
check
want
this
to
out,
look
bro.
at price.
So I know what the ratios. I know your ratio game is everything versus XRP. Let me throw you a loophole real fast.
Go
Let's
ahead.
do it today where it's XCN versus Zebek, ZBCN. What's
Ooh.
that ratio?
Well, you could do that, but
He only
XRP
speaks
is
in
like
ZERPs, man. Come on. He
I
only
get that.
speaks
That's
in
why I threw him in
ZERPs.
the loop. That's why I threw him in the loop. I just want to see something. Yeah.
because to me the XRP ratio is king because first of all I've held that the longest. But
Mm-hmm.
if somebody was, it's about what you value. I value XRP, so when I tell you
Mm-hmm.
ratios, I'm speaking it to XRP.
Mm-hmm.
Like XCN is tied to my XRP, so there's no way I'm coming off of the ratio and moving. Now, if I wanted to gain more XCN, I could start figuring out the ratios to XCN if I wanted to make that bag bigger and take profits. When
Mm-hmm.
it's time to take profits, I could take profits into XCN. There's no problem doing that. But what I'm saying is I take profits into XRP.
Mm.
So
Okay.
ZBEC is basically 2,200 to 1. So it's basically $1,000, which is 500 roughly XRP, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for ZBEC to be 220 to 1, which is a 10x against XRP, right? Because it
Mm.
started from 2,200, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when it goes to 220 to 1, now that $500, now you add that zero to the $500. Now that bag is worth $5,000.
$5 grand.
Mm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
run
Yeah,
the
now
numbers,
it's
man.
5 grand. So now
Mhm.
at that first 10x, I take profit. Now I sell 10% of my ZBEC, preferably a million versus 100,000. Like you should be getting a million ZBEC if you can.
Talk
So
about
now
it,
I
D.
I sell 100,000 ZBEC to
Hold
recover
on. Why
however
do you
you
get a
bought it.
million? Why do you get
Huh?
a million versus 100,000? Because that's my game. My game is the million game. Um,
Because
and it's
because
for a
when you're
specific
when you're
reason for
messing
me.
with when you're messing with triple zeros, that's the fastest way to make a shit ton of money. So
Hmm.
you could get 100. Okay, so ZBEC, I could spend $1,000 on ZBEC, or I could go buy 10 coins and do $100 each. Right? I would
Mm-hmm.
rather. I've already had 80, 100 coins. It's out of control. So I don't do $50 and $100. If I want a coin, I want to invest.
I'm going in. I'm
I'm
aping
going in
in.
because
I'm the
Mm-hmm.
at a thousand
DC
dollars,
ape.
yeah, at $1,000, you have to be more motivated and you're not going to just throw out 1,000, whatever your numbers are. It might be a
They don't
hundred.
get that part, man. They don't get
You
that.
see what I'm
Mm.
saying? So,
They
Mm-hmm.
don't get that.
I'm
They don't
just
get
not
it.
the person. Oh, I'll get $25 of this. 20, no, I
Fuck
don't do
that.
that. Like
If
I'm
I
going
can
to
only
go
buy
five.
25 bucks,
Normally,
it's
my
not
my
worth it.
minimum is $500, and I'll use
Mine
XRP
too.
if I think it's a good thing. So at
If I can't,
220 to 1,
man,
you'd
okay,
have that
Buster, you out there.
5,000. You would sell 10% to recover the amount of money you put in Zebic. So now you recovered the money. I don't care if you use US dollar, if you use XRP, you
Oops.
recovered that amount, and now you have 90% of your bag left, right? And then next 10x is 22 to 1.
Mm.
And that's when you would make a shit ton of money. So now at 22 to
Shit
1,
ton.
you add another zero. Now that bag's 50,000,
Talk about it.
right? And
Good.
and and that's when you start selling some ZBEC. On the road to 22 to 1, you're going to be knocking out some ZBEC. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll use my Telegram group and get people in there just so you could talk to me. But when it's time to sell, like I'll know exactly, especially if you have SHX, Velo, XPR, XCN, and ZBEC. Those are like the last five that I've said on air. I have some
Mm-hmm.
others, but in the last year and a half, because I bought SHX probably like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, but I blasted those five on air.
Mm.
And those five alone, I don't give a shit. Aside from XRP, if you have
Mm-hmm.
those or any combination of those,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna do really well.
Okay. All
But
right.
you know what
So.
though? Hold on. So to be honest though, with those five that you just named. So G was talking about those coins. I mean, when they were, I mean, real deep red.
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago, you know, all of them except Flair. He didn't like Flair because of the airdrop situation. What I've seen is uh, people that have a good opportunity to get into these coins at triple zeros, but they haven't caught the concept yet because nobody's ever broken down a simple enough concept. So by the time another content creator does come on air and mention it, they've already missed 1,000% move. Now it's not at 3 zeros anymore; it's at 2 zeros, and they're telling you to scoop it up. Now it's at a penny, and they're telling you to
Yeah,
scoop it up.
I think even on SHX, I was later, yeah, because G was my confirmation because G
I
mentioned
remember you saying
SHX.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, G mentioned
you and Nerdy.
SHX and Nerdy.
Yep.
So I'm not no dummy. I was like, oh yeah, maybe I should really look in
Yeah.
because you can't look into everything, right? You hear it a few
That's
times.
the problem I have.
I was
You hear
putting
a
that shit in
couple
the
other
chat.
people.
SHX, y'all.
Yeah, so
I can't
but
look
I'm
at
not.
I can't look at everything like you, bro.
I use confirmation, right? So and that's like XCN. Like you get, should I buy XCN? Like no, you should be buying ZBEC right now. Get on,
Right.
over XCN because yes, XCN in long
Well,
term
look.
is still going to do hella good, but it's 2.5 cents. I'd be on ZBEC XPR.
Man.
But look though, check this out. Let me show y'all something. So what I noticed was people had XCN and Zabek. But what they were doing was coin hopping. They had the XCN, and instead of holding the XCN and taking fresh fiat and buying Zabek, they were going from XCN to Zabek, right? So now XCN done pop, and ZBEC is down at a buy. But guess what they're going to do? They're going to wait till Zabek go up and XCN go back down and swap. All they doing is swapping coins for coins.
The wrong way.
You're not gonna gain anything like that. You're gonna continue to lose. If you swap it from one decent project to the next decent project, you're gonna continue, and then you're gonna end up going into your main bag and swapping that. Thinking you can win with that too because you're becoming a trader. You're gambling now. Now you're gambling.
They got
And then
3-0
people
now.
Yeah,
Say
because
what?
Onyx Coin
Yeah, I didn't
Onyx
know
Coin
Zero.
was like 001, I think, when I bought it. But
Yeah, it's like 0009 right now, or it might be a 001.
and just
but it's down.
ratio wise, Onyx Coin was 1,100 to 1 when I bought it. Right now, it's 110 to 1. So when people hear, "Oh, it's never going to go from 1,100 to," yes, it does, because these coins are so small. Onyx Coin is 586 million.
It
ZBEC,
don't take much to move them.
this is market cap.
Exactly.
Yeah. ZBEC, listen to this shit. ZBEC is doesn't even have a market cap. It's not showing. But I want to say last time I saw it was like $36 million market cap. There are meme coins on the XRP ledger that are 50 million market cap, folks. And
100 million.
ZBEC is 100 million, yeah. So that's tiny, and those things will spin
They
faster
will.
than you think.
They will.
But
You have to have a plan, though, people. You can't be
Yeah.
like Marvin. You can't be a hodler like me if you ain't got your shit together. Because the shit will go up and the
And it
shit
will
will
go
come
back.
down. But you got to have a fucking plan. And
definitely.
you got to stick to it. You got to stick to your plan. Don't let nobody else's plan be your plan.
But long term, yeah.
All
Long
your
term,
plans,
though.
stick to it.
For
Even hodling-
long term, yes.
Long term hodling, there's going to be a point in time where we don't come back down, though. So even hodling,
What?
you're,
Man, I got
you're
shit.
good, right?
Mhm.
Man,
I'm an aggressive. I got some
I am
gamble
too.
in me, but then I just learned how to refine it in a system. So the
I
ratios
got some shit.
it's cut and dry. It's like, oh,
Yeah, I got some
I
shit.
can
If
take
it pop,
profit.
yeah, it's gone. If it pop, it's gone.
I know.
But
I remember
my main
that.
bags are already. Hold on, so I'm gonna give you the phone. I'm gonna shut up. I got to use
I
the
was
bathroom
like, that's
anyway.
the second time you done told me to shut up. Get it together, bro. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. Do we
I
need
lost
to?
my train of
Hold
thought.
on.
I lost my train of thought, man. She just punched
I
me in
got
the mouth. Yeah, that's how big sis do, little bro, man. She just sock him in the mouth when she want to.
Bing.
She knows she can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
He does let me get away with shit.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now I forgot what I was gonna say. No, okay.
No, we can't both forget now. Shit.
No, I was gonna say that I did roll my XCN over into Sebek. I rolled my profits into that and got some.
There's nothing wrong with that. You just don't want to be going like
Back and
you don't
forth.
want to be jumping on the rocket ship.
Double dutching. Don't be double
one.
dutching me, shit. You know?
But
it's
even
true.
Double
SHX,
dutching. You gonna break
Like-
some double dutching.
when I say take profit,
Stop it.
like with SHX, I remember I broke some because he didn't have any, so I sold some in cash to broke on the
Okay.
SAC meetup. But then I took profits into Velo, and I used SHX instead of taking my XRP back. I just let my XRP go, took the profits into Velo, and just extended SHX to Velo. You know,
No, bro,
then you
that's
add
different.
XPR. Yeah.
Bro, that's different. See, do you see what you just said? You
Yeah.
you specifically said, I took profit into another
Velo.
asset, right? That's not coin hopping to me. You're purposely taking profit into something other than cash.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? You're going back. You're not taking profit and going to the mall and balling out or to the strip club or some shit like that. You're going into another asset that you think has potential to pop.
And that's
Yeah.
That's
why
strange.
that's why I XRP dollar cost, because at that time I was married. You drop 30,000 in the bank, 10,000 in the bank, you're gonna get couches, you're gonna get all this shit in the house, right? So I was putting it back into XRP on the backside, right? Versus putting it out into
Smart.
reality. Just to
Yes,
because
talk
everyone
about
has
it.
a different situation, like, you know.
Yes. We are reaching the top of the hour. This is where Fuma usually stops us because we have to do a break.
Smoke break. Yo,
So
this
we're
shit been
gonna
dope,
stop
man.
it. I love this
Dope.
because I have a lot more questions
Real.
for me. So
This shit been.
we're
this
gonna
shit's
take a
dope.
break and come back, you guys. Thank you
This
so
dope.
much for joining us. Thank you, Buster, for coming on and hanging out with
Look to the
us.
chat.
how you get so professional all of a sudden? Because Buster on the
What?
show.
Say it again, Puma.
Because
Say it again,
Like,
Puma.
bro,
man, it's my baby. I gotta be professional with my baby. Okay.
Buster. Go watch these videos. She was fucking
Buster brings it out
Yeah.
of me.
Yeah, man. She came in with the nice
I love me some
the
Buster.
nice suit
Okay,
on
come
tonight,
on,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? She came in hella professional. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like,
That's what's happening though.
I'm like, I
That's
have
the
my
diversity that that's I'm no, I'm not gonna give y'all the I'm not gonna give no, never mind. That shit show. Let's go.
That's baby right there. I gotta be
Yeah, we turned
professional.
up.
Stop it.
Okay, Buster, that's how
We
we
turned
do.
up.
All
I'm a
right.
little ghetto at night. I have my drinks, I'm a little ghetto. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna end the video, but we're gonna stay online so I can go smoke a black and we all gonna talk a little bit, drink a little bit, and then we're gonna come back and do another show.
Yes,
And
we
then we
are.
cut it part 1 and part 2. And we just raw dog it. We let it all hang out.
Let's work
Ooh,
out,
baby,
man.
I like it raw.
Let's work out.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm gonna have to go to the store. And load
Okay,
up.
that's what's up.
I'm gonna have to get more juice.
Juice.
91 octane coming up.
That's right. Talk
Uh-oh.
about
Be
it.
prepared
That's
for
what we
the
want.
second half.
Oh shit!
That's
The
what we
second
want.
we gonna be on one.
That's what we
Hello.
want. Shit.
Real quick.
My shit is.
Hey, you got anything else to say, Nina?
Well, thank you for joining us, everyone.